Hello and welcome to Hoosier News Source. I'm Kylee Wierks.
And I'm Lindsay Gavin.
Thanksgiving is widely regarded as a time to volunteer and give back to the community. Keeping with this spirit, Mother Bear's Pizza will be serving free Thanksgiving dinner to customers from noon to 4. The 3rd Street restaurant will be cooking for the community for the 3rd year running. There are no exclusions regarding who can receive a free meal. The restaurant says it's just their way of thanking the Bloomington community that has made their business so successful. For more information on the Thanksgiving Day event, visit our website at iustvnews.com.
Many IU students are already prepared to celebrate the traditional Thanksgiving holiday with their friends and families. But before making the trek home, many students had the opportunity to get a taste of the world this week. Hoosier News Source's Kevin Wong is inside Indiana Memorial Union to tell us more about this cultural feast. Kevin?
Well, good evening, Lindsay. Actually, I haven't got a chance to have the taste yet since I've just got here a while ago. But I can tell you now the smell and the atmosphere at this year's IU World's Fair has been absolutely wonderful.
Everybody gets a scoop of this special Afghanistan rice or a good cut of juicy Korean barbecue. Or they can have a plate of something delicious that they can't even name. With plenty of food served, long lines are not a problem at IU World's Fair, the largest cultural event on campus since 2007. The fair has been the hub for ethnic food showcase, but also an arena where students from different countries hope to share their cultures.
I hope people will enjoy this and want to know more about the Chinese culture, and that's what we want.
So coffee, Turkish coffee is so important in our culture. So it's cooper, coffee kettle or something like that. So we make coffee with this kettle.
There are 19 student organizations participating at this year's fair. IU senior Brandon Jones is from the United States, but he has blended himself well into Turkish Student Association's table.
Do you like it? Yes, I'm enjoying it. As you can see, there's performances, there's food, there's everything. It's just really vibrant atmosphere right now, and I'm really soaking in every minute of it right now, so it's really fun.
To prepare for this year's cultural performance, Filipino students have been practicing for over a month. Tonight, they hit the stage with their dynamic ethnic dancing.
It's called Tinikling, which is a traditional Filipino dance, which is supposed to show like lighthearted, spirit, fun, that sort of thing.
The event is from 5 to 8 p.m. tonight, and people are still trying to line up at each booth. Lindsay, I was here last year also, but I didn't get a chance to taste the food. So today I might have to scramble a little bit so I can get at least some taste of it. Reporting at Indiana Memorial Union, I'm Kevin Wong for Hoosier News Source. I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Kevin. For various reasons, Bloomington crime rates appear to be on the rise. Lauren Kahn, a clerk at the Garden of Eden adult video store, was stabbed multiple times Monday night during an attempted robbery at the store. Kahn was transported to IU Health Bloomington Hospital, where she died later of her injuries. Police arrested Michael Engel for the murder early Tuesday morning after he turned himself in at the Monroe County Jail. The store is located on South Walnut Street and has been temporarily closed. More information on this case is developing.
As the Occupy movement is spreading throughout the country, supporters and citizens alike are becoming increasingly aware of the income gap between Americans, publicized by protesters. Business Insider magazine recently ranked the 21 most financially unequal cities in America. Interestingly enough, Bloomington, Indiana was ranked number 1. This list was based on the most recent census data on the Gini Index, which evaluates cumulative family income. Chilean students have been unhappy with their education system for years. Every few years, they've protested for a month or two before the anger and passion fizzled out. This time through, things seem to be different. Deanna Albritton reports on the current student movement in Chile that has now lasted for over half a year.
In protests that have lasted over 6 months, this is the creativity and peace often forgotten in discussions of El Movimiento Estudiantil, the Chilean student education movement calling for better, cheaper secondary and higher education. It is forgotten because at almost every protest, this is only the calm before the storm. In standoffs with the riot police, the end of the protests are often marked by mass arrests, as many as 250 in a day, and by the Carabineros, Chile's police force, use of water cannons and tear gas to disperse the crowd. Student movement leader Camila Vallejo has stated her opposition to the violence, saying it damages the movement's reputation. I spoke with students outside of a La Católica building overtaken by protesters. At least one student, who wished to remain unnamed, felt the violence in some ways has been necessary.
The violence is necessary because right now, it's the only way we've been heard. We've been pacific. We've asked for dialogue. We've asked for all of these things. But the only way that makes them notice, that gets what we want, is to take a rock and throw it.
Although students at Chilean universities like La Católica behind me chose to resume classes 3 weeks ago, exchange students have still been affected. They have largely been unable to take classes with Chileans this semester, and even now must deal with classes that could be canceled at a moment's notice due to anticipated protest violence or national strikes.
I kind of feel like the demands of the student protest is really a little bit unreasonable for completely free education, and the last proposition that the government gave seemed pretty fair and reasonable, and they didn't accept it, and I don't really understand the reasoning behind that.
With the support of 65 to 75% of the Chilean population behind them, students who have dedicated much of the last 6 months to organizing, marching, and holding down taken over schools say what the government is offering is just not enough.
This long-term project won't depress us. Other people would say, how lazy. This will take a lot of time. It's going to wear us out. But we don't care. We believe in what we're fighting for, and we're going to fight even if it takes us 20 or 30 years. Because we know that at some point, we'll achieve it. We must stay the course.
And so every Thursday into the foreseeable future, they'll keep marching. Reporting from Valparaiso, Chile, I'm Deanna Albritton, Hoosier News Source.
In a new report released Wednesday by the Institute of International Education, IU was ranked 8th amongst 1,200 American universities in overall number of students studying abroad. This is an advance from last year's 11th place finish. IU also ranked 11th this year in number of international students enrolled. A study showed 1 in 4 undergraduate students on the Bloomington campus have had an international study abroad experience, making Indiana University more global than ever. Check out iustvnews.com for even more information.
Remember to check our news department's newly launched website. This will give you the opportunity to follow up with stories you see on the show and get more detailed information. You can read full transcripts of stories and see what other news didn't make the show. Check us out at iustvnews.com.
Well, that's all we have for you this week on Hoosier News Source.
And for more national and entertainment news, check out What's Up Weekly with hosts Margot Andrews and Brittany Bradley. See you next week.